Hello, theme park enthusiast, and welcome back to Planet Coaster 2. Alright, so we're working, as that warning sort of says, on the Manic Mouse over here. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're gotta get this coaster sort of set up in this area, and it is going to take some work. I think what we're going to do first and foremost is eliminate the trees over in this area. So that way we can get the money from them. And then we will replant trees once the coaster is done that fit as best as possible. For now, though, getting rid of all these because... Alright, that is simpler. I just was worried it wasn't going to give me the money for them. There we go. Alright, so we got rid of those. Let's leave those for now. I don't think we need those out of the way. Alright. Let's go ahead and edit the coaster. Well, we are going to need those trees out of the way, it turns out. My mistake. Alright, so we're going to need drive tires here. Let's go ahead and put this where it turns like that. And then we're going to put in the chain lift hill. There are not enough tables at the Over the Edge Diner. We are really popular over here, evidently. Alright. Let me get out of this real fast so I can go over here. And work on this if I can. Tables. Add tables. Let's add a table there. And we'll add a table there. And a table there. There we go. We got tables. Hopefully we have enough tables now. Alright. Good to go on that. Let's see. These are all about the spinning mouse other than the monorail, which we're not dealing with right now. Alright, let's go ahead and close this. Back to this. Edit the coaster. This is going to be a very large coaster, height-wise, especially for a Wild Mouse coaster, but that's okay. Alright. Now, let's see here. I need to... I know what I need to do, I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. Settings. Auto tunnel is off, which is good, I don't want that. No, I'm gonna have to actually exit the coaster, I think. Because I need to... trying to figure out how to turn on and off the Alright, angle snap is off. That I think is what I was wanting. Huh. Oh yeah, let's up that chain speed quite a bit. Yes, we want track supports on, smooth the direction. There we go, angle snap. That's what I was looking for. All right, perfect. All right. So let's have this. I want this right at about 3 degrees. That'll be good enough. Alright, let's go ahead and have this piece here. Be a block section. Doesn't have to be a very long block section here. Alright, we're going to have the unlock right there. And then we're going to have this turn like that. Oh wait, I can't have the angle snap on because otherwise I don't have it. If I have the angle snap on, then it's not doing what I need it to as far as the slight decrease in height. And I want it to decrease in height. I want this to be a nice wild ride. Let's go ahead and click done for a moment. Let's have it testing. Let's edit the coaster then. Yeah. Let's up that chain speed. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let's go here. And let's go to this. Let's turn this on. And we're going to go... No, a little bit too big there. Alright, so we got that there. Let's go ahead and put in another block section here. Nice and short one. Don't need it to be long at all. All right. Perfect. That'll have it whip around that corner. And then we're gonna do a few back and forths here this time, I think. Actually, you know what? Let's go over here. Let's go to edit mode. This piece, I just want to be normal track. Then we'll come over here and we'll do a brake section. Because I don't want the brake sections to be too close together. Oh, that didn't work. Because it kept them as straight pieces here. I wanted these back to the 3 degrees. Alright. You know what? I think what I need to do is, instead of doing the ones they create, just doing my own. It's sort of cool with the little design they have as far as the structure and stuff, but I'd rather do my own, and so that way I can keep that downward departure going on here. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, alright, so that's there. So hard to get it just where I want it. There we go. Why is it suddenly straightening it out? I did not say straighten out. I said stay at the 3 degrees. Alright, close enough. Alright, I need to get over to synchronize. There's the person coming in now. Alright, she was just taking a little bit there. I guess that's good enough. Let's go ahead and edit again. So hard to get this to go down as I want it to. Alright, so we've got some nice curves there. Now we're going to do something a bit more extreme. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and put this here. And then we'll have this right here. Make sure this piece, yep, it is at the proper angle. Perfect. All right, down we go. And yes, I want this going through the structure because I think it's just going to be sort of a fun element this way. Yeah, let's go ahead here to settings. Let's go with 15. Yeah. $30, $15. Let's not go with a full 90. It is such a twisty, turny mess here, and I love it. I absolutely love it. All right. We're going to have that. We'll go up a little bit. I do hate that it kicks me away from it a bit there at points, but that's all right. Gonna have a few bunny hills here, basically. Then we will ease it off here. Make sure it gets through this area perfectly. Alright, then here we're going to do something interesting. We're going to lock this back in place, because then we're going to take him on a bit of a wild ride. And I want him to get to see it. Good 30-foot drop there. I sort of like that tree, so we're going to leave that one alone. Just realized that I need to... I don't have the third possibility there of twisting the track some. So... let me go ahead and raise the track up here some. And yes, I actually do want this track to be straight and flat because I want to kill off some of the speed here. Ah, too close. See how fast they're coming around this corner here. Oh, it doesn't lock them exactly forward. Go to edit mode. Yeah, this piece I want to have a trim brake. Now let's go about 20 miles an hour. All right. Definitely making this thing elaborate, but I like it. It will be a really fun ride. It is more of a thrill seeker wild mouse than a standard one by far, but that's all right. All right, so that works out fine. I think it set the speeds quite nicely. Actually, let's go back one. Let's go 30, 15, plus 15, back up to 30. Yeah, let's do that. Basically, I'm trying to bleed out some of this end of the ride part here. Alright, we're going to have an unhook here. Then we're going to go back to no angle snap. Want to make sure that we have enough of the energy taken away so that way it is not too crazy for the riders. I like that tree, so I'm leaving it. You know what? I feel like I need to bleed out a little bit more energy first over here. I want to get to the end, but I need to make sure I'm not going to kill my passengers. That is my most important thing here. because I am putting them through a lot of G-forces. Actually, you know what? I don't think we have to go this extreme right here. I think this will definitely meet my requirement here, though, which is great. Was wondering if I could do that at a more reasonable level, but I cannot. I would love just like if I could get 5 degrees, I'd be okay with that. 3 would be perfect for me, but I would accept 5. Actually, you know what? Let's go. Let's keep trying to kill off some of this speed that I've created now. Want to make sure that my train can get through this newest section here. Then I'll go ahead and keep adding on. Yeah. Need to put this about here, maybe. Actually, you know what? Let's go one lower. And then we'll turn angle snap off. All right, let's go over here. All right, we're good there. All right, let's see how this does now. We'll start the price at $5, and we'll have. Oh, can I not put the price at $5 right now? All right, can't put the price right now. While we're waiting on that, excuse me. End of day report. Hey, we made a lot of money. We're doing really well. Perfect. Exactly how I want it to be. Let's see here. Facilities. Power. Oh, this is a bad thing. Let me go ahead and pause for right now, because I need to get some stuff set up over here, including like a dryer and umbrellas, because that rain is gonna cost me. I know that for a fact. Alright, where do I want to put the power distributor? I think I'm going to put the power distributor right there, and with a purpose. There is a reason behind it. I'm going to build a little building right in this area. Let's check power though, because I think I might be having a problem here. No, I have enough power there now. Alright, let's get into this. Let's place the entrance and the exit. Alright. Let's copy that one. Let's make sure we have our railings on. We do. Perfect. Angle snap being on is a good thing. Ah. That'll be a good enough line for it, I think. We'll just go ahead and take this one, move it over ever so slightly. Then we are also going to go in here right away and get a nice handy dandy trash can. Where are they? They're over here. All right. Yeah, trash cans. Want one of those right there, definitely. Then let's go here. All right. Let me go ahead and undo that piece. Because I want railings on it, definitely. Safety first. There we go. And it didn't have the railings on it still. Could have sworn I clicked that. There we go. Alright, now we got the railings on it. Perfect. So this is probably good to go. I don't know what it means by no power, because we have power over there. I'm just wondering if we need more power overall in the park, which we might. Let's go to power. Where's my power coming from? Over here? No. Seriously, where is my power coming from? Alright, well, you know what? We have this area over here. Actually, you know what? We'll put it over here somewhere. Because I don't think that these are really... Oh, but they're expensive. We don't have the money for those right now. Ew. That's not a good thing. I'm going to need to put in a generator, evidently, which is not great. I don't want the nasty look of the generator. You know what? We'll put the generator in. Where can we put the generator? Yeah, let's create custom. I want to do this on my own. Let's see here. Just cost too much for that, which is very unfortunate. That would have been a good thing for me. Yeah, that's what we were needing. We needed more power. All right. So that's going to become an issue for us definitely in the near future. You know what? I just don't like it there, though. It doesn't look good there. Everything's just so densely packed in here. Can this work? It's not the greatest. I mean, it's gonna look weird. I mean, the guy's gonna be going in there, which is gonna just look weird. But you know what? It'll work. Let's go with his schedule. That was not what I wanted. Yeah, let's go here. Advanced settings. Service and repair. Specific rider machine. Confirm. Yes. Then let's go with janitor or mechanic. There we go. And it was Rico. And we're going to apply that all day. I mean, the building's there, so it's not the end of the world, I'd say. If I need to, I could. Oh, you know what? I should have put that one over there. Alright, we're going to leave him there. You know, we got this water thing over here. We could say this is a power generator. Storyline-wise, that works out well enough, I think. There we go. All right. And now we can go ahead and put this path in here. No, that does not work. Ah, darn it. I was hoping to use that building for it. I've got this long building here. I could just put this... How about that? Yeah, we'll go with that. That's the wrong thing. Alright, easy enough. Let's go ahead and edit. That is not what I wanted. Oh, actually, I think that is part of it. Never mind. Sort of looks cool that way, I think. Let's see. Alright, this area is pretty okay, even with that thing in there. What is over here that's not making people happy? Oh, this little stand? Interesting. Alright, well, we could do something about that, probably. Alright, we will try to take care of that. Just a moment. We got a few other things to fix here. Facilities. Now we need to connect this right over there. Perfect. So that way that can open. Additionally, I'm going to need to put in an umbrella place here. Alright, let's see here. Facilities. Blueprints. Shops. I need... an information booth. Let me take this over somewhere and remove the parts I don't need of it. Yeah, we're not going to have a door on the back of this because it's going to be suspended over the water. Alright. Done. And then let's go here, and we're going to want a clothes dryer. Edit the building. Get rid of that. And that. And all of this. And the back door as well. We're going to move the vent over to the other side here. Actually, didn't grab it correctly. Alright, so that's moved over there. Let's go ahead and select all of it. And let's move it as a group. Don't want it to be a step down into there, really. There we are. Perfect. Alright, now let's get out of that mode. There we go. Let's edit this building with this particular piece. This way it looks like it's standing on its posts. It's always been intended to be here. This is not something I added last minute just because I needed it. Alright. That's open. This will also be open. And let's make sure it has, yes, it has all the umbrellas for sale. Perfect. Let's go ahead and add a bench. Need a couple of benches here, definitely. Let's just grab this one. Duplicate that over here. I always like to put a bench near the entrance to a ride because when I was growing up, my mom wasn't that capable of going on rides. I mean, she was a bit of an older lady when she had me, and it's one of those, she always wanted me to go enjoy the rides and such, and I really appreciate that about her. But it was one also then that it was like sometimes she just needed a place to sit, and it's like I want to make sure that in my parks the guests have places to sit near the rides, especially for those elderly parents or grandparents and such who want to give their kids so much. They want them to enjoy themselves and have fun at the park without having to be worried about grandma or grandpa or mom or dad. So, yeah, just open it up a little bit there, letting you know why it is that I always like putting those. Sorry to get a little bit mushy on you there. But yeah. There is no one going on to scissors right now. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and look at this thing. Now we are shooting for 1968.5 feet. Hopefully this is long enough for it. Comes into a stop nicely at the end. See what our numbers look like. Length 3,150. It is a little bit high on the nausea rating though. Alright. So, on top of everything else, let's go ahead and pause this here. I do need something else, I think, here. I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze it into this little area or not. Let me move this over here. Facilities. A bathroom being nearby would probably be a good idea, and I don't think I have one there. Huh. Do we not have an... I hadn't noticed, but I don't think we have a medical place anymore. Let's see. Staff. Definitely going to need a new staff member here. So let's get him there. But yeah, I guess the best thing I can put in right here is going to be a restroom. I mean, I have one over there. You know, I think we're just going to need some trash cans, probably. It's probably the best thing I can do. Yeah, I guess that's the way we'll go with it. Does it say anything here? You know what? I really do want a small restroom there. I think I'll just make my own. It's interesting that we don't need medical here. Alright, but let's go ahead and put a restroom in here. And then let's go ahead and... I don't even know what I clicked there. Well, it took it away, so that wasn't exactly what I wanted either. Alright. Let's see here. We need walls. Panel wall. Make sure I have the right color here. Confirm. So let's search for panel wall. Alright. We can go with this on the front. Oh, that was not what I needed actually as it is. Need to type out a little bit more. Was being lazy, cost myself there. Alright. Oh, actually these pieces are pretty much the blue I wanted already. So that's perfect. Let's see what we got as far as options. We got corrugated iron. Huh. You know, I sort of like this wood. Let's make it a bit of a darker color, though. All right. What is this called? Toilet. There we are. You know what? I want to go with this one. I like this one better. All right. And then let's go with our brownish color. Perfect. And perfect. All right, so that's all done. That's taken care of. I wonder if I got rid of this. Is this thing over here providing enough power for this area? No, it's not. Alright, so. Yeah, have to have that there. Alright, so last thing I want to do before we open this place is design a little building around it. I know this is a longer episode. Seems like that's always the case here with this. But yeah, we want to go ahead and make a nice little building around this. So what we're going to do is on the front here, what material do I like? Alright. Let's go large window. That way we can see what we got. So we've got wood plank, wood batten, wood beam, wood wall, modern wood wall, panel wall, marble block, marble solid, divided plaster, classic brick, brick wall painted, brick wall, breeze block. What is this? Interesting. Alright, let's go back to this. There we go. want to go with this, and I want to go with it very chaotic and whimsical. So it's going to look like the colors exploded. All right, let's go with plaster now. There we are. As I said, this is going to be a color explosion. Does it have to make sense? No, it does not. Actually, you know what? Yeah, very interesting building. I like it. Playing around with color a lot more in this playthrough than I have in the past. And sort of getting comfortable with colors that I usually do not use. But that's alright. I'm happy about it. Camera is not wanting to move too easily, but that's alright. Well, actually, undo that one. We need to go with these. But we're going to change, excuse me. We're going to change the colors back around. Because realistically, this thing doesn't have to be available to anyone. It just has to exist here. So I wanted to exist there as need be, but not look like anything. My apologies, but I have something in my throat, evidently. It's really making it a bit itchy and causing me to clear it quite a few times. As I said, do apologize. Really? There. Alright, so that box is set up now. Alright, get this lined up. Not really working the way I wanted to. Let's go ahead and we can just do this piece. This is fine. And what we're going to do is just make the grid smaller. Actually, let's go with this piece. That works for this side. The other side I'm going to still have to do the hard way. But you know what? That'll be fine. There's nothing I can really put here that's going to work well. Actually, you know what I might have to do? Huh. It's gonna mess up the coloring, but I don't have much of a choice. Which is a bummer. I was really liking the coloring I had on the whole thing. What I can possibly do... let's see here. How do I turn off this gridding right now? Alright, there we go. We got this. There we are. Alright, so we got a piece that'll work. I'm just wanting... Oh, there's the angle snap. I keep misplacing that in this episode. I don't know what's going on with me. Losing it some. Alright. Let's get it up where we need it. It's not going to have that blue edge to it, but you know what? If that's the only thing I'm losing, then I am okay with that. Alright. That's reasonably good. Alright. Now we need glass. I do love the size change tool. Does make things like this so much easier. I didn't realize this piece of wall was out there. There we go. All right. So all of that's taken care of. Let's go ahead now and go with roof. We're going to go with flat roofs. We don't need a glass flat roof. That's not really a necessary thing. The metal would work. Do we have plaster? You know what? The metal works. I'm alright with this. The rain is going to slow down our business some, which stinks because we've been doing so well. Not really happy about the fact that it's going to slow down business, but it is the way it is. What do we call this? The spinning manic mouse. Yeah, I don't need that. I just wish I had letters that I could put onto the buildings more easily. Let's see here. Property, editable text. There we go. Oh, interesting. Haven't tried this. You know what? Let me take this off real fast. I want to see if there's... Huh. Well, that's actually sort of cool. So let's definitely put that on there. Or not. Ooh, you know what? That actually might have worked out as a benefit to me. Nice. Perfect. I love it. Alright, now let's go ahead and go with letters. So we'll go property, editable text. Let's try this. All right. The Manic Mouse. That's what we'll call it. All right. Actually, I'm good with it that way. Perfect. All right. Change the name to match. Let's go with $5 as a minimum. Why am I not able to do that? Let's charge a premium for it then. Thank you. Now I can charge $5 for it. You know what? Let's do $10. Not $1. And let's go up to 30. Make sure that took effect. Perfect. All right. Whoa. Let's go ahead and open it. All right, so we completed that. We just have the monorail left. Perfect. They think Wild Blue is too expensive. Yet they're still going on it. I mean, it's at 50 bucks. Nobody's really going on here. So let's put this down to $5 on the minimum. All right, we got some people flowing over in this direction now. Perfect. They're going to be coming onto the Manic Mouse. And as always, we will go ahead and ride this ride here at the end of the episode. So for now, though, as I wait for guests to get in line and such, I'm going to say thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed the episode, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you all back for more of Planet Coaster 2.
Hoop el pedo overhead.